As recently as 2 weeks ago, it was expected that the U.S. Federal Reserve could raise interest rates by 50 basis points. Chairman FRSDR. Paul told Congress that the central bank was not afraid to increase the pace of rate hikes if it would need to do so, but after that there has been a string of U.S. bank failures, the biggest of which was Silicon Bank SVB, and now the situation looks differently. Reports RBC participants of cryptocurrency market as well as all other markets are waiting for the Fed's decision, its implications for the price of crypto assets. At 1600 hours Moscow time, Bitcoin is trading at $28,000. 2000 market capitalization of the first cryptocurrency is $545.9 billion. Interviewed by RBC crypto analysts described how the price may behave after the Fed meeting. The Fed's decision will be announced at 2100 hours New York time. The situation has changed dramatically, the head of the analytical department Mark Ardam said that now the Fed rates are 4.75% and it would be a surprise decision if the regulator raises the rate by another 0.25% at least. That's stated despite the banking crisis, the US rate of inflation of 6% is still far from the target at the moment. Bitcoin for many years has shown an inverse correlation of the Fed's resignation, as its value of the coin has increased the capitalization of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. When the Bitcoin's capitalization and other cryptocurrencies increased as the rate went up, Bitcoin has been falling over the last year, but now that the situation has changed dramatically, Bitcoin went up against the backdrop of the banking crisis. In the US, despite the prospect of a rate hike, rate once again occurred. This probably because investors began to save their money by taking them out of the banking system and investing in digital assets has also gone up, and gold, the main security asset. It's obvious that a rate hike will exacerbate the difficult situation of the US banking system, where the prospect of bankruptcy threaten 40 more credit institutions, according to one source, or 200 banks, so claim other experts and economists. Means capital flight. Precious metals and Bitcoin could continue in this. Bitcoin scenario could cross the $30,000 mark as soon as tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. Bet River Vladislav Antonov says that now all eyes are on the outcome of US Federal Reserve meeting. Market participants can't wait to find out whether the regulator to raise rates or take a break. According to the latest CME Watch tool, probability that AFRs will raise rates by 25 basis points is estimated at 89%. Before the regulator's decision is announced, Bitcoin could test at $22,000, then the dynamics will depend on the Fed's decision and Paulo's speech. Bitcoin isn't actually reacting to rate change for the sake of the dollar and the S&P 500 index. A weakening of the dollar and a rise in the index will push its price up. A rally in the dollar and a decline in the index price of the Bitcoin opens the road to a zone of $33,000 to $34,000. If a post-meeting US Fed meeting, a Turkish correction will follow, then after a brief consolidation, in about 2 weeks, we can expect Bitcoin strengthening to $34,000. Waiting for Paulo's speech. Interesting. The dynamics of the financial market in the world going forward. March 1 to March 20. If during that time the Sandpaper Composite Stock Index of technology companies in the US rose 4%, the price of Bitcoin Techcoin increased by 19%. At the same time, if in the dynamics of January, February and part of March, the price of Bitcoin outpaced the growth in the price of Bitcoin, then from the 1st to the 20th of March at WWW turned out at a rate of 109%, more than the increase on our composite, but less than the Bitcoin price. This may evidence that Bitcoin itself, Marty, has also begun to attract more and more attention of institutional investors and I'll say goodbye to you, our channel, by clicking on the bell, and be sure to leave a comment below of the video.